What's up, YouTube? This is Mathos97 and welcome to another edition of WWE 2K14 Universe Mode. This is episode number 67, the final episode of main event for WWE 2K14. Wow, I mean, I'm just so ready for this game to come out. I'm making mistakes. I'm just ready for this 2K15 Universe to start. I can't even wait for this one to finish. But anyway, as we can see, The Miz is making his return to Universe Mode. He's back, and now we're going to have to stay tuned and listen to what Miz has to say on his return to the WWE. So, let's give it a listen. I know. Hold your applause for just a moment, because I am indeed back in the WWE. And now that I'm back after filming yet another successful blockbuster film, the first priority on my agenda is to find out who my hitman was from a few months ago. That's right, I haven't forgotten about you, and I bet you're still back there somewhere in the locker room, and I'm done playing games. So, right here, right now, I demand that you come out to this ring and reveal yourself. And, not too sure what's going on right here. It looks like someone's coming out. Someone's coming out to interrupt The Miz. Not sure who this is. I'm sorry, folks. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. This is not a part of tonight's. I don't even know what exactly this is. Oh. What? You've got to be kidding me! Wow. I don't even know what to say, folks. But that's Adam Rose. Looks like Adam Rose is finally making his way into WWE 2K14 Universe Mode. He's finally here, and wow, just shocking debut here for Adam Rose. I wasn't expecting this. I don't know if any of you watching this are, but Adam Rose, he's finally here. He's finally here in Universe Mode. Let's see what he has to say to The Miz. No, Miz, you've got it all wrong. I wasn't trying to attack you. I just wanted to tell you that it's party time all the time. Really? Really? Do you realize what I could have done if I hadn't been so worried about this stupid hitman? I could have won the King of the Ring tournament. I could have became the WWE champion. But you threw me off my game and took that all away from me. So now that you're out here, I'm challenging you to a match right now. Oh, come on, Miz. Don't be a lemon. Be a rose. And hold on now, wait a minute. Look at Adam Rose. Adam Rose plants The Miz face first. That could be it. 1, 2, 3, and oh my lord. Adam Rose has just won in his debut. Wow. What a return that is for The Miz, though. I mean, you know, he was here looking to find who was the hitman that had been plaguing him several months back before he went off to film this big movie over in Hollywood. You know, he was, according to The Miz, he was on the verge of winning the King of the Ring tournament and becoming WWE champion. But this hitman had been, messing with his head, getting inside his mind with all these backstage, nearly running him over with a car. All of the, the cars blowing up everything, the monster trucks. It was just out of control. And he came back, he's like, you know what, I want to find this man. I want to know who it is. And man, I can only imagine the look on Miz's face when he saw that it was the debuting Adam Rose. Apparently, Adam Rose was Miz's alleged hitman, and he wasn't even a hitman at all. He just wanted to party. Wow, I mean, this cannot be over by a long shot between these two. Miz, I'm sure he's not going to take that lying down. I'm sure Miz, he wants revenge on Adam Rose. I mean, Adam Rose seems to think almost like this is just a game, and man, Miz, he's not going to take that lightly. Man, I can't wait to stay tuned to see what's going to happen between these two. But we've got bigger things going on, bigger things, more immediate matches, more immediate concerns heading into this Sunday. Tables, ladders, and chairs, and on the TLC pre-show, which is of course going to come beforehand, we have to know who is Caitlyn going to be facing? Is it going to be Aksana, or is it going to be Lita? You know, these two divas, they fought their way through the tournament. Aksana has defeated Nikki Bella and Layla, and Lita has defeated Summer Rae and Natalya to get to this point. So after all is said and done, who will win the Divas #1 Contenders Championship tournament? Will it be Aksana, or will it be Lita? We're about to find out right here, right now, in this match. So here we go. Lita, look at this, nice standing moonsault. But you know, I touched on this a little bit more about, you know, my whole philosophy with pre-shows. So basically, if you're wondering why the Divas Championship match is on the pre-show, and if I didn't explain it, you know, enough, and you just kind of want me to go over it one more time, basically, you know, I've already had the tag team titles defended on the No Way Out pre-show. I've had the Intercontinental Championship on the Night of Champions pre-show, and before, you know, I start taking these, I plan to take title matches off the pre-show. It all kind of depends on, you know, what the viewer is going to want for, you know, these future pre-shows, and it also kind of depends on what the cards are set up like, because don't think of the pre-show as like, you know, it's a separate thing. It's just there to kind of, you know, it's just kind of there. But, you know, the pre-show, I kind of want it to be like an extension of the pay-per-view. You know, it's there. It can build up more hype for the pay-per-view, and also, you know, live up to, you know, pay-per-view quality feuds and stuff like that, which is what I've done, which is what I think I've done very well with, you know, Tons of Funk, that whole situation with the tables #1 Contenders match, and the same with Big Show and Cody Rhodes. You know, they've had nice builds going in there. So, and then plus, you know, in the future, I want to kind of add in, you know, maybe interview segments or anything that can just kind of hype up the pay-per-view. And of course, you know, with this TLC pre-show, I'm going to be featuring an exclusive promo video. It's not something I've done before, but it is something I want to kind of try to do. So, I mean, this pre-show, I'm going to try to, you know, try to break the mold a little bit, try to, you know, work a little bit more on the style for future pre-shows. But man, I'm going a bit too hardcore on some of these commentaries. My voice is starting to go out. The funny thing is, I've actually done the end of this video beforehand, just because I wasn't sure if I'd have the time to do this little extra part. So I apologize if my voice is just kind of going out a little bit, because I was going real hardcore. So make sure to stay tuned for the end of the video. You know, that's kind of weird to break in editing stuff. It's just kind of going behind the scenes here. But anyway, I've basically touched on that. So expect to see the United States Championship probably defended on a future pre-show. I'm not sure exactly which one that's going to be yet, but you should probably see that coming, just to kind of even things out before I take the titles off the pre-show. Or, you know, it all depends. If you like title matches on the pre-show, you think it builds to the quality without degrading, you know, the titles themselves. Because, I mean, if I can, you know, put good feuds behind it and make it more of like an extension of a pay-per-view, because basically the whole point of the pre-show is because I don't want to have, you know, a pay-per-view with like 10 matches. Oh, wait a minute. Lita just hit a twist of fate there. The neck breaker, face buster, whatever. I mean, that was more of a reverse one, so it's more of a neck breaker. Here's a cover. One. No. Kick out by Aksana. So this match is far from over. But, yeah, I don't want the pay-per-views to be like, you know, 10, 12 matches, and then to make them be like, you know, 2-3 hours. Because, you know, editing it's not so much even the editing. I like editing the videos, but the rendering, my computer and my laptop is really slow with editing videos. So, you know, just to do, you know, when I did my Final Destination video to finish WWE 13, that was like 2 hours, and that took forever. It almost took like 2 days to render it out, the final product. So that's why I kind of do whatever I can to, you know, if I can make it a decent quality video. Wait a minute, Aksana, look at this. Aksana with a spine buster, taking Lita down. That could be it. 1, 2, 3. Oh no! Would you look at that? Lita has kicked out of the spine buster. How many divas can say that? I don't think any can. I think Lita's the first to kick out of that spine buster. Look at that roundhouse kick now. Lita could be done. 1, 2. No, once again, Lita stays alive, manages to kick out there, but I don't think any diva has kicked out of the spinebuster to date in Universe mode. I don't think anyone has. But, you know, you gotta be a little bit fair. Aksana could have inflicted a little more damage, and that's probably why Lita is still in this matchup, because Aksana didn't do enough damage before hitting the spinebuster. But now I'm sure Aksana, just look at this, just hammering away at the face of Lita. Aksana, she wants this match. You know, she's been working so long throughout Universe mode. She's been getting her victories, paying her dues, and she could be on the cusp of becoming the next Divas champion if she can just beat Lita and then beat Caitlyn. But I mean, Aksana's probably one of the featured divas in 2K14, she's really, made a name for herself this season. And, I mean, I think she's ready. I think she's ready to become Divas champion. But Lita, of course, Lita's probably got her doubters because, prior to this tournament, Lita hadn't done much impressive. My grammar's great, guys. But she hadn't done, too many impressive things. She'd been losing a couple of matches, including a loss to Aksana and Summer Rae at Survivor Series on the pre-show in the tag team matchup. So, I mean, Lita's here for a bit of redemption against Aksana as well, and just kind of redeem her career to go on and face Kaitlyn and potentially become the Divas champion for the first time in her career. I mean, we know how many times she's held the women's championship in the past, prior to Universe Mode. The old history, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm trying to come up with something on the fly as to how this applies to real WWE, so I'm gonna stop it there. Lita, she's a Hall of Fame diva, Hall of Fame women's wrestler, and this could be her first Divas championship in Universe Mode, her first championship in Universe Mode. She wants to prove that she can still hang with the best we've got in the Divas division today. And here we go, Lita maybe looking for that twist of fate or maybe a DDT, but doesn't matter. Aksana counters. And here we go, Aksana, she's going to plant her over there into the corner. And here we go, Aksana, nope, counter there from Lita. And, oh, now counter from Aksana with the elbow. Aksana now's got Lita, but another counter by Lita. Neither diva can afford to give an inch here. And here we go. Lita, look at this. Twist of fate. Twist of fate. Takes Aksana down. Plants her face first. That could do it. 2, 3, and Lita has done it. Lita has defeated Aksana. Lita, she has done it. She's got the victory. She's beaten Aksana. She'll be going on to face Kaitlyn for the Divas Championship on the TLC pre-show. Please welcome my guests at this time, the Intercontinental Champion Ryback and the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, Christian. Now the two of you are set to team up with Daniel Bryan to take on Curtis Axel, Mark Henry, and Randy Orton in a 6-man tag match coming up next. But I've got some individual questions for the both of you. We'll start with you, Ryback. After Randy Orton pinned you in the Survivor Series tag team match, what are your thoughts heading into your match for the Intercontinental title this Sunday at TLC? Are you confident in your abilities to defeat Randy Orton, or do you think he may have your number this time around?
Look, I'll be the first person to tell you that Randy Orton got the better of me at Survivor Series. I'll give him credit for that. I applaud you for a great match, Orton. But when it comes to this Intercontinental Championship, when this is on the line, I'm a completely different person in that ring. It doesn't matter what the stipulation is, because Randy Orton has got the beating of a lifetime coming towards him at TLC. He may have got lucky at Survivor Series, but when this title's on the line, Orton will never manage to beat me for this. And if I can get my thoughts in here for just a moment, Michael Cole, you're looking at the two superstars who are going to walk out of TLC with championship gold. Ryback is going to retain his Intercontinental Championship, and when it comes down to it, at tables, ladders, and chairs in my match with Mark Henry, I'm walking out with the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm one of the superstars behind what made the TLC match so popular today. You could almost say that I created it. I know this match inside and out, and I know exactly what it's going to take to put Mark Henry away and gain that World Heavyweight Championship, because it's my time to win the world title. So come next week, if you want to have this interview again, you'll be talking to two champions. And now let's take you back to ringside for...
Oh my god, Ryback and Christian, they're going to need some help back there in the locker room. Oh, this is not good. This is not good for Daniel Bryan. His partners were just assaulted backstage. And now we have a match that's scheduled to go... We have this scheduled matchup. I mean, the show must go on, but... I mean, what's going to happen now? Can Ryback and Christian make it here for a... Oh, wait a minute. I'm just getting word. I'm just getting word in my headset that no, in fact, Ryback and Christian... they must have suffered some sort of an injury. I don't think they're going to make it out here to the match. I don't think they're going to make it in time. As Orton now coming down to the ring. Yep, I don't think they're going to make it. I mean, the show's continuing the show's continuing. I mean, this is apparently now a 1-on-3 handicap match. Oh man, Paul Heyman, he's got to be, this has got Paul Heyman written all over it. I mean, you know, he said that Curtis Axel, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, he said that, you know, last week Curtis Axel was acting on his own accord when he attacked Daniel Bryan in the match with Batista. But man, there's something really fishy about this. I mean, I gotta say, it's Paul Heyman. He's got to be behind this. I mean, the fact that, you know, this quickly the match was suddenly changed to a handicap match, that's pretty suspicious. And yes, I did make a post-editing mistake here because what was I supposed to do about this? What was I supposed to do about this cutscene? Am I supposed to leave it? Am I supposed to take it out? How can I replace it with? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do with this? So we're gonna roll with it. Mark Henry and Orton, you know, you gotta remember they had a little confrontation last week on SmackDown. So, you know, I guess there's some reasoning behind this in the universe's eyes. We're gonna roll with it, but it doesn't really factor into what I was trying to do here. So, you know, I guess take it for what you will. Orton with a nice slingshot suplex, taking Bryan down. But man, this was set to be, you know, an epic 6-man tag. It was made last week by Stephanie McMahon, and now we've got this. We've got Daniel Bryan set, you know, to be massacred in this handicap match, a 1-on-3 against, you know, the World Heavyweight Champion, the World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry, the Viper, Apex Predator, formerly known as the Legend Killer, Randy Orton. I mean, these are two, you know, I can't think of the word now, but and then of course we got Curtis Axel. He's a very technically gifted athlete in his own right at this point, just kind of looking to break out, make a name for himself. But when it comes to, big elbow there from Bryan, he's doing what he can. He's trying to fight back. But then we got, you know, Orton and Mark Henry, who, you know, they've already established themselves as big main event guys, possibly even future Hall of Famers. I mean, Orton, he's a future Hall of Famer without a doubt. Mark Henry, you know, I'm sure he could probably, you know, get there as well. I'm not exactly too sure about Mark, but I can definitely guarantee that Orton is a future Hall of Famer. I can say that much. But, you know, both of them, not even former. Orton's a former world champ. Mark Henry is the current world champion. So, you know, they're both world champions. They're world championship athletes. So, Bryan's really got his work cut out for him. Bryan, he hasn't even won a singles championship in Universe mode. I mean, he has won the tag team titles, but it was more so by default. You know, he and Kane, Team Hell No, were the tag team champions, which they lost back at Extreme Rules in WWE 13. And since then, Daniel Bryan hasn't won a title, and he hasn't really competed for the WWE Championship either. And, you know, I think that may have something to do with Paul Heyman. I don't know, that may just be me. But, you know, Vince McMahon was also kind of in there. He had some affiliation with Daniel Bryan and kind of holding him back with what's been going on. You know, he wants a match with CM Punk. And I know for a fact that's what the WWE Universe wants to see. But for some reason, the Authority doesn't seem to think that. And then whether it's Vince McMahon, Triple H, Paul Heyman, you know, there's just somebody there who doesn't believe in Daniel Bryan, and they don't think a match between him and CM Punk are what's best for business. When, you the viewer, you know that's best for business. I know, in the broadcaster's booth, I know that that's best for business, but, you know, the Authority doesn't seem to think so. But then again, at the end of the day, it's their company, so really, what can you do? What can you do about that? But Curtis Axel, he's going to throw Bryan here into the corners. This handicap match is still going on. Bryan trying to do whatever he can, muster whatever sort of offense he may be able to, but it's 3-on-1. And especially when one of your opponents is the 400-pound world's strongest man, Mark Henry. I mean, what can you do? I don't think Bryan stands a chance in this matchup. He can get whatever big shots in this match that he can manage. I mean, he can hit it. You know, he can hit finishers. He can hit whatever he wants to. But unless, you know, he can take out all three at once with some, you know, Super Cena-like huge Superman move, I don't think he's got a chance in hell winning this one. And I'm sure that's exactly what Paul Heyman wants. You know, sure, I'm the commentator. I'm here to stir up, you know, all the rumors and the gossip and whatnot. But come on, this is blatantly obvious. This is Paul Heyman's doing. I don't even know. But especially now that, you know, Stephanie McMahon has been attacked probably by the Shield. I mean, you know, all fingers point to them. that Stephanie McMahon has been taken out of commission. She's been sidelined recently. I mean, what really is going to stop Paul Heyman from doing what he will here on Main Event? Because, I mean, Triple H, he's the only one left who can stop Heyman, and Triple H is busy with the Shield, and he's busy with his family affairs. So, I mean, Paul Heyman really is just kind of, he's got free reign to do whatever he wants. But could there possibly be some sort of conspiracy behind... Okay, now I'm just going too far into things. Looking way too far into things, trying to stir up whatever kind of dirt. But anyway here, Bryan, he's got Axel. He's going to throw him over there into the corner. Now Daniel Bryan, he's going to try to come back, but I'm telling you, this is all in vain. I don't think there's anything that Daniel Bryan can do in this situation. It's 3-on-1. I mean, Curtis Axel, he's probably the best target in this match. He's the one you want in the ring, because you could probably have the best chance of pinning him. But even then, you gotta somehow knock Orton and Mark Henry out of the way. You gotta keep them down. And look at this. See, this is what's gonna happen. Mark Henry buying Curtis Axel valuable time to recover and restraining Daniel Bryan here. I mean, Bryan, unless you can knock Axel out long enough that it's going to give you time to knock Orton and Mark Henry out of the equation long enough that, you know, you can pin Axel for the 3 count and then it's not going to be broken up. That's just way too many obstacles for Daniel Bryan trying to overcome here. I mean, this is just a massacre right now. Whoever, you know, I'm sure Paul Heyman is licking his chops back there in the locker room, or whoever is behind this. They've got to be, you know, they've got to be very happy with what's going on here. And Curtis Axel, Mark Henry, Randy Orton just kind of relishing in this beatdown. Orton, he wants revenge for what went down last week with Bryan getting the pinfall over. Oh, wait! Daniel Bryan hits it. He hits the running knee. But he's got to go after Henry and Orton because they're just going to come right in here and break up this pin. And that's exactly what happens. Before even a 2 count, they come in and break up the pin. I mean, yeah, Bryan doesn't stand a chance. And, oh, look at this. Curtis Axel, look at this, perfect plex, and cover 2, 3, and it's over. I mean, come on now. It was 3-on-1. Didn't even matter what the final move was. I mean, Bryan took so much punishment, so much damage in this match, and oh, now all three men are in the ring. This is not good for Daniel Bryan. Mark Henry, Randy Orton just beating down on Daniel Bryan here, and oh no, Curtis Axel's got a chair. That's not Triple H. What am I thinking? And no, wait a minute, Christian and Ryback have made it out to the ring, and they're here to save Daniel Bryan from what was sure to be a hellacious beatdown here. I mean, Daniel Bryan is very fortunate that Christian and Ryback were even able to recover enough to come out and make the save here. Because, I mean, that was going to be, I don't even want to think about what kind of a beatdown Daniel Bryan had awaiting him there. Fortunately for him, Christian and Ryback managed to get out there in time to, you know, prevent what else would have happened. I mean, that would have been, I mean, if the massacre that happened in the match wasn't bad enough, oh man, I'd hate to think of what Henry, Orton, and Axel would have done to Bryan after the match. Thank God for Christian and Ryback. They managed to recover enough and in time that they managed to get out there and save Bryan from the beatdown. But I'm sure Ryback and Christian, they've got to really be, you know, feeling the effects of that attack backstage. Could that possibly factor into their respective matches at TLC? I guess we're gonna have to wait and stay tuned. But here we go. This is the matchup you've been waiting for here for Main Event. This is why you're here, or maybe it's not. Maybe you don't care about this match at all. But you know, if you're here, I want to thank you for watching the video. You know, leave me a courtesy like me. I'm just kidding. Just kidding about that, but anyway, I don't like doing that. I mean, sometimes, you know, the occasional cheap plug just for the lulls and, you know, the laughs and all that good stuff, just to kind of be cheesy. You know, those are okay at times, but, you know, I'm not a big fan of asking for likes because I feel like that's just, you know, plugging yourself too much. People are here to watch the video. They're not here to listen to you spew on about, you know, your self-promotion, all your ads and your likes and your comments and your shares and your favorites and all that stuff. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to stop talking now. Here we go! This is for the Tag Team Championships. I'm all over the place right now. But this matchup is going to be all over the place. It's for the Tag Team titles, man. Anything and everything could happen in this one. I mean, of course, it's got to stay within the rules. You know, anything with a disqualification or a count-out is going to result in the Wyatt family retaining the titles. So, it's not the objective for the Wyatt family to win the match, but it's the objective of Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. They have to win the match. The Wyatt family don't have to win. They just have to avoid getting pinned or tapping out. and they retain the titles. It's that simple. It's called the Champion's Advantage, baby. And the Wyatt family, they're going to utilize that to the maximum in this matchup, if it comes to it. But I mean, this is going to be a classic matchup, power versus speed. But with a tag team match, it's just, it's just going to be that much more hectic. Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio, they've been waiting for a while at this opportunity. They've been waiting to get this tag team title match. They've been in the title picture. They've been in the hunt since the beginning of 2K14 Universe Mode when they joined together to form a tag team. And now they are finally ready. They're finally going up against the Wyatt family for the tag team titles. Which the Wyatt family, they won the tag team titles back at No Way Out by defeating Tons of Funk. And they had, well, actually it was the No Way Out pre-show. But I think I just heard some more thunder or something. I thought, anyway, I'm sidetracking myself. Anyway, so what happened was at Survivor Series, it was supposed to be the Primetime Players versus the Wyatt family. But, before the match even happened, Tons of Funk, they came down to the ring, and they attacked the Primetime Players. And, we know the whole reasoning behind that. Brodus Clay has explained exactly why Tons of Funk, or as, they could also be called, and they seem to refer to themselves as, the main event players. Brodus Clay explained why they did what they did. Because, Tons of Funk, or the main event players, whatever I should refer to them as, they didn't get the rematch clause. And I'm sure that would have been a great match to see between the Wyatt family and Tons of Funk. That would have been a great match, especially for someone who likes the big superstars just battling it out in a showcase of power, more like the old school type of wrestling. Then that would have been what you wanted to see. But they didn't get the rematch clause for whatever reason, and it's justified why Tons of Funk did what they did before the match at Survivor Series and they attacked the Primetime Players. And that's why we've got this whole situation going on where on the TLC pre-show, there's going to be Tons of Funk taking on the Primetime Players to determine a definitive #1 contender, so we can finally get, all the what-ifs, all the question marks, we can get that all out of the way, and we can just move on with some wrestling. We can just find out who will be the next challengers for either the Wyatt family or Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio. We also got to go back to the last episode of Monday Night Raw, which was a great episode. Great way to cap off 2K14 for Raw, and this is a great way to cap off main event for 2K14. I mean, we had the Divas #1 contenders match earlier on, and we have this tag team title match. So I mean, main event going out with a bang, just as much as Raw did. And wait, Sin Cara, look at that! Sin Cara, they say two heads are better than one, but in that situation, I don't know. Not too much. Sin Cara with a nice counter. Innovative one at that. And, oh, man. Big boot from Eric Rowan just shuts down anything Sin Cara had going for him. But, the Wyatt family, they tried to put their heads together. I'm sure that's not what they had in mind about putting their heads together. But, as we go ahead and move ahead a little bit more into the match, look at this Bronco Buster from Rey Mysterio as he got in off the tag a little bit, in the fast forwarding. But, I wouldn't cut out anything that was important to the match. But, I don't want this going on for like 30 minutes when it only needed to go on for like, 15 or something. So I don't got to explain myself with all that. I've done that in plenty of episodes in the past, so I'm not going to bore you with it, especially if you're a long-term fan. Big drop kick. Oh, right into a face bust, almost like an STO there from Sin Cara, or from Rey. Drop kick into an STO. Very, very innovative move. I didn't even know what to call it at first, but that's just, more of that luchador kind of high-flying offense. That's what you've come to expect from the team of Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. And here we go. Counter from Luke Harper. And oh, right into a headbutt there. Nice move by Luke Harper to take out Sin Cara. And look at this, going for a power bomb. Sin Cara counters into a DDT. And Sin Cara, this could be a huge opening for the luchadors here. Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. Big DDT, taking Luke Harper down. And Sin Cara here. Oh no, Luke Harper counters, and Sin Cara, he definitely does not want to be in this sort of situation. He doesn't want to allow Luke Harper to slow down the pace of the match and get his hands on. Oh, what a move, power slam. Because, Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio, they're going to want a fast-paced match. They're going to want to, hit their big high-flying. Oh, Michinoku driver. That could be it. Harper with the cover, hooks both legs. There's two. Oh, but Rey just manages to get in there to break that one up. Because, you see, this is not a battle that Rey and Sin Cara can win. I mean, they're not going to win a power struggle with these two. They're going to have to stick to their high-flying offense, stick and move, and, just keep on the offensive, keep the high-flying moves coming. Do not allow the Wyatt family to get their hands on them. And right now, Sin Cara, nice counter. Kick right to the gut. Oh, and here we go. Sin Cara makes the tag. And in comes Rey Mysterio with a nice uppercut. And Rey now takes... Oh, no, counter. Counter from Eric Rowan. What a counter there. I mean, Rey was trying to fire up a hot tag there, but Rowan, he would have none of that. And here we go. Oh, what a punch. What a punch right there. Just a breathtaking punch. They're knocking all the air out of the lungs of Rey Mysterio with that one. Nice double team move. And you know, that's just more the power, the vicious, the slow, methodical offense of the Wyatt family. And big power slam now, just tossing Rey across the ring. And an elbow drop for good measure. But yeah, this is like what I was saying. This is what the Wyatt family wants. This is not where Rey and Sin Cara want to be. Sin Cara manages to break out the pinfall there. Rey, look at this. Arm drag. Using Eric Rowan's momentum against him and takes him down. And here we go. Oh, Rey, he's going for it. Rey Mysterio. Hurricanrana sends him over there into the ropes. He's looking for a 619 here, and he connects. Rey hits the 619, and wait a minute. Eric Rowan with the counter. Look at this choke slam. He caught Rey Mysterio out of the 619 into a choke slam. 1, 2, 3, and the Wyatt family, just like that, have retained the tag team titles. Rey Mysterio hit the big 619, but look at the resiliency and, you know, just the dominating force that is Eric Rowan to not only take the 619 and make it back to his feet, but to counter Rey Mysterio going for that splash, counter it into a choke slam. My word. Wow. What a finish that was to this match. What a finish this is going to be to main event here in WWE 2K14 Universe Mode. Thank you all for supporting main event, and oh no, this isn't over yet. The Wyatt family, they're looking to make a statement heading into 2K15. They're looking to take on all challengers, tons of funk, primetime players. Better be watching that one, because the Wyatt family have just made a statement. They are ready. I want to thank you all for watching. Are you ready for the next episode?